We hope that this module has allowed you to appreciate the possibilities for effecting change in cities. I started by showing that different actors play unique and critical roles in the pursuit of more sustainable cities. Governments can provide enabling environments through policy and collaborative governance. The private sector can invest where state coffers may be lacking, and civil society can hold the public and private sectors to account to ensure that development meet the needs of the people. We also showed that building collaborations between municipalities and universities can be enormously beneficial. Bringing theoretical and pragmatic knowledge together can fundamentally strengthen thinking and practice, and is something that can be pursued in any city with the right champions. Catherine Stone gave us some very practical advice about what it means to work within the state, reminding us to be ready, resilient, and patient. She told us of the importance of building understanding and value within municipal governments, as well as building connections beyond. When we return to the cases introduced throughout this module, we learned how civil society organizations can have a major impact. In Durban, we saw how grounded and collaborative research with street traders and collaborating with municipalities can lead to beneficial infrastructural change. In Port Harcourt, we saw how detailed inventorying and mapping of services, usually invisible to the state, can provide an evidence base for action. In Nairobi, we witnessed how working in participatory ways on one issue, for example flooding, can have broader impact spatially if urban issues are seen as part of a bigger urban system. And finally, in WIGO's network across the Global South, we can see how global solidarity can put gender firmly on the agenda of urban development. And finally, when we look at the course as a whole, what can we say about African cities? We started the course by recognizing that urbanization in Africa is happening at a very rapid rate, which has both risks and opportunities. We then went on to propose that instead of seeing informality as something to be formalized and controlled, we need to see it as a fundamental condition of African cities. Understanding how formal and informal systems coexist, interact, and are inextricably intertwined can give us a better sense of how to intervene to ensure more accessible cities. As with elsewhere in the world, inequality is on the rise and is an urgent challenge to face. I demonstrated how inequality is not a single thing, but rather a multidimensional phenomena which needs to be understood in context. We used the example of Cape Town to unpack what this means for spatial inequality, but applying this thinking in your own context will help you to recognize where the greatest challenges need to be met. We cannot talk about our cities without talking about our planet. Climate change is increasingly being experienced in extreme weather events, and those already marginalized will inevitably bear the brunt of not taking the environment seriously. We introduced 2 cases where organizations are taking innovative steps to connect climate and urban challenges as a way to foster more resilient and sustainable cities. Finally, as I've just unpacked, instead of only getting stuck in the challenges, we ended the course by focusing on the art of the possible and some provocative, pragmatic, and propositional ways that we can collectively effect change in our cities. For myself, I want to sincerely thank you on behalf of the African Centre for Cities team for your concerted focus. We do truly hope that this course has brought you value so that your thinking and your understanding has been broadened. Thank you and goodbye.